P stand for Percocet. I should do better. It's an hour and a half.
I'm out here with Miss Cassandra.
Officers have just arrived at the getaway motel of 28-year-old Cassandra Douglas. For the last 24 hours, she and her brother have been on the run after 3 of their family members were found dead and burned in the desert.
Damn. 99% this is either an animal or a person.
Shit, hold on. That looks like kind of juicy.
And
fuck, bro. I'm about to get off.
Officers prepare to confront the
I'm about to get off stream. It's supposed to be a quick stream today.
They've ever worked on. Nothing could prepare them for
I need a water though.
Discoveries
Let me get a
they're about to make.
Calls the police. Anyone inside, make yourself known.
Fuck, let me get a water.
This is a horrible nightmare.
What are we looking at here?
This is one of the worst things that I've ever had to be involved with.
It's a routine Friday afternoon at the Otero County Sheriff's Office when dispatch begins receiving a series of unusual 911 calls from a young man.
Communications.
Hi, good morning. I'm hoping to file a police report, and I might need some assistance doing so.
Okay, and what's your first and last name?
Kane Mays.
Okay, and tell me what's going on.
I've been living abroad for the past 6 years, and I found out that my father died last year shortly after Christmas. I have recently returned home. I'm living in New Mexico again, and I was hoping to return to the family property. Since his passing, tons and tons of family possessions and property have all gone missing and have either been sold off, lost, or stolen, and I'm looking to reassume possession of the property, but there are people squatting in the house.
Do you know who these people are?
I do. I could give you first and last names, but not anything much else.
Kane goes on to clarify that the squatters inside his deceased father's property are actually family members, mainly his Uncle Victor, who allegedly took over the property and is living there with Kane's grandmother and his stepbrother.
Hold on, we actually got to keep this
also
shit somewhat serious
seemingly
because
claims
niggas that die.
Victor has sold off valuable assets, including firearms and expensive jewelry.
It's an hour and a half. I'm gonna try not to pause this bitch.
Logs the information Kane
it's an hour and a half.
Passes it along for legal follow-up.
We're going to part 2 this bitch, bro. We'll watch
long after
halfway.
this first contact, on a Monday morning in January 2025, Kane calls again. But this time, it's for something strangely different.
Dispatch.
Hi there. I was calling because I'm wondering, what would it take for me to request a wellness check on somebody?
A welfare check on...
My grandmother, Mary Mauser.
Okay. The sergeant is aware. They are on an emergency call right now. As soon as they are done, we'll head up there to do a welfare check.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, miss.
You're welcome.
A couple of hours after Kane requests a welfare check for his grandmother Mary, he calls police again for the 3rd time to share new updates.
To the
You watching the whole thing?
You're on the recorded line. How can I help you?
I don't know,
Hi,
bro.
my name is Kane. I called earlier.
think I might.
regarding
We'll see.
wellness.
So
They like
Sergeant
half, and
Norquist
then
is gonna
tomorrow
give you a
we'll
call back.
finish all the.
They have not responded
This
there
nigga's
yet because they've been tied up with a warrant service where the person doesn't want to come
Lady's
out.
a bitch.
No, that's okay. We stopped by on our way down and everything is locked up tight. That's why I was returning your call, because you said if we can, that I should call you back.
All right.
And like if they're tied up with an emergency,
Yes, sir.
we got to worry about the officers.
I'm sorry, niggas trying to make a PB&J
Thank you
sandwich,
so much
yo.
for understanding. I will. Okay, I will let the sergeant know then.
Good shit right here.
Following
Get the
this
mix,
latest
though.
call
Get the
from
mix.
Kane,
Don't
the welfare
get
check
dolo.
is
Get
officially
the mix.
canceled,
You gotta have the mixer
and
on
officers
shit.
are no longer dispatched to the property. At this point, the dispatcher has no reason to suspect anything other than some kind of family dispute, and the situation appears to have resolved itself for now. In reality, something far more calculated is already in motion, and the family involved will soon be implicated in a scheme that will lead detectives down one of the most twisted murder plots they've ever handled.
Yo, have y'all ever thought, like...
That same Monday, a few hours after Kane's 911 calls, a man arrives at the police station in the
Not a joke,
afternoon
though,
with an oddly timed request.
I'm not saying, like, I've ever, like, seriously considered it, but I ain't gonna lie.
Hello, sir. Hey, how you doing?
Real
well.
shit.
Sergeant Norquist. Mike, it's nice to meet you.
Bro, real shit. Nigga to nigga. Bro, I was playing my team, 2K2. All right, bro. So this is a whole shit, bro. I'm gonna try to get this shit done quick. But I was playing my team 2K20, and I was finna go 12-0 for this Rudy Gay. So at the end of the year, oh my gosh. All right, so look, at the end of the year, because this 2K was a 12-year cycle, every 6 12-0, you'll get like a crazy ass card. So at the end of the year, 2K put all the cards, all the 12-0 cards back on the thing. And for me to get the last one that I needed, I had to go 12-0. So I go 12-0. I get some random ass 12-0 card, and then a shooting guard, Rudy Gay. He was the best shooting guard in the game. Okay? Best shooting guard in the game. 6'8", butter jump shot, good animation, the whole 9. I'm blowing this nigga shit in. Pause. Blowing his shit in. My grandma come up in there, and she said, yo, I need you to clean your room. It's just like quarantine. I'm like, all right, cool. But I started the game, it was free eats. So I said, fuck it, I gotta thug it out. And I'm 11-0. I get to the fourth quarter, gang. I'm up by at least 20. I'm blowing this nigga shit in. My grandma came in and unplugged my PS4. Now look. No troll when I say this shit. I've never been this close in my life to starting a house fire. Real shit. And like, it was awesome shit. Like, obviously I wasn't gonna do it, but it was definitely a thought in my head. Like, yo, what if I just like Chris Brown water this entire fucking house?
Conscientious about showing up when he says he's gonna show up and everything.
Yeah.
And we schedule him. We've been taking care of my mother-in-law for 7 years. And she's 92 years old. So anyway, we normally communicate quite a bit during the week and stuff, you know.
So, are you wanting to check on him or your mother-in-law?
No, on him.
He lives on Nogal.
Yes.
And somebody had called earlier. We were out busy, but someone had called in
bro,
for
a
welfare
11-0, bro.
They canceled us prior to us getting up there because they said whoever it was, and I can go look and find
11-0, fourth quarter, like 2 minutes left. She unplugged my P5 gang.
The person Sergeant Nordquist is referring to is Mike's nephew-in-law, Kane Mays, and it appears that both Mike and Kane are concerned about family members. Though the family dynamics are becoming tricky to keep up with for the sergeant, Mike is about to make one thing about Kane crystal clear.
Do you know what Kane Mays?
Yeah, I do know. That's part of the problem.
Okay, so what's the problem there?
Okay, well, I think he's trying to keep us from going over the look. The house is owned by his father. Yeah, well, the owner of the house, okay, was Frank Beret, and he's deceased.
Frank is deceased.
Yeah. Victor, his brother, was living with him along with Kane's grandmother and his stepbrother, Killian.
As Mike continues
Did you ever get to Rudy Gay?
Complex.
Fuck no. That was it. I ain't get him, bro.
Family dynamics to the sergeant, one thing becomes clear.
I get him.
3 people are missing, all close relatives of Mike and Kane. But before Mike leaves, there's something serious.
It was
to warn the
one
sergeant
card.
about.
It was the last 12-0.
I'm gonna get one of my deputies over.
And then it was for
see if we can find.
Like you get the last 12-0. And then you get the Rudy Gay.
Frank before he died, and he taught Kane how to shoot.
I'm damn near about to go find out what card it was, bro.
The other day, I didn't finish my story. When I pulled up there, okay, and I hollered out the window for Vic because the gate was closed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a person comes to where I can see about this much of him, right? Up there. And I go, hey, Vic. And he goes, no, it's me, Kane. When he walks down to me, he's packing. He's armed. And I says, well, have you seen Victor? He says, no, nobody's up here.
Okay.
So I think if I were you, I'd go up there with one or 2 guys. Because I think he knows how to shoot. And I don't know if there were any like rifles and stuff like that where he could be, But anyway, so I had his phone number. But then after I had his phone number, he had my phone number, he started texting. Your grandmother's missing, your uncle's missing, your stepbrother's missing, right? And this is what he's talking to me about. He's a pathological liar, man. I think he's up to no good, I really do. You guys gotta be really careful.
He said he just got off the line with Sergeant Nordquist, or North.
He never got a fucking droid?
Yikes. We never contacted him.
Oh, yeah.
It's becoming clear to the sergeant that something is off. Sensing this won't be a routine welfare check, Sergeant Nordquist takes note of Mike's concerns and prepares to head out to the house. What makes this case so unique isn't just the crime scene officers will soon walk into, but the way police have to piece it together, using advanced forensics and strategic elicitation to cut through the lies. And as the investigation unfolds, this will prove to be one of the most resource-intensive cases for everyone involved, with constant pressure, long hours, and difficult decisions at every step. Many of us deal with our own pressures and emotional struggles.
Whoa!
Kane. Mike.
Stay here. I got open door.
That was good.
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office, if you're in here, make yourself known! Sheriff's office!
Stay here with Sarge. Stay here with Sarge. Got you.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything's stacked and piled.
You good? Doorknob was locked on this. Yeah. Literally, when I went like that, I was like, the door just kept going. I was like,
Puzzled by the home's disarray,
Like, you
officers
think, like, when
leave
cops
after
be breaking it,
confirming
like,
no one is
I
inside.
was a cop.
With boxes stacked throughout the home and both
I'm doing,
of
like, a
Victor's
search
cars,
warrant.
the blue and green
Like, I
Subarus
could bust a
missing,
corner in this nigga
officers
house to
assume
get
the
my
family
shit
may have moved
blown
out.
in, bro.
In reality, the clutter wasn't
Like, I
accidental.
still would be paranoid
It was
as fuck,
intentionally
like-
staged to conceal evidence of foul play, and it has done exactly that. None of that is apparent now, so Sergeant Nordquist calls Mike on the phone to update him on the situation. This is where the two men will slowly start to pick up on just how sketchy this whole ordeal is.
Hello, sir. So we went up to that address. So we cleared the residence. There was nobody inside. There's no vehicles matching the descriptions of the Subarus you gave on the property. So, but there was no signs of a struggle, no signs of any foul play that we could determine. There were some boxes that appeared to be like being packed up, but other than that, that's all we got.
The thing is, all three people are missing that were staying there at the house. But definitely the king is the kicker. That he's the one that did all that. He called, got your name, and he was able to send me that text saying that he spoke to you.
Yeah.
And then he called back later and canceled the deal, right?
Yes, sir. And on the face of it, it looks super sketchy, but there was no indication that we could see of any foul play or struggle. Yes, sir.
As the sergeant tries to reassure Mike, even
Yo, is the
he
audio
begins to
good?
wonder if the scene is hiding more than it appears. A few hours later that afternoon, Nordquist returns to the station and calls Kane, trying to understand why he canceled the welfare check and why, most strangely, no one was inside the house.
Hi, this is Sergeant Nordquist at the Sheriff's Office. Is this Mr. Mays?
Yes, sir. How are you?
The reason why I'm calling is in regards... earlier
nigga,
this
I
morning,
asked you how you was.
you had contacted our office to
starting
do a
off like
welfare
that,
check on a family member.
That's correct.
Who is that family member to you?
It's my grandmother.
Your grandmother? Who lives up there with your grandmother at the 121 No-Go?
That would be an uncle of mine and my brother.
Do you have any information on them attempting to move anywhere?
I was told that my brother and my grandmother are planning to move soon.
So the reason why I'm calling is we went up to that address because Mr. Bleddy stopped by.
Yeah, he was the one who recommended that we give you guys a call. He seemed pretty upset. He was looking for Vic.
So we went inside the residence to make sure that nobody was hurt or injured. Nothing was broken into. We didn't see any signs of struggle or any signs of foul play. Did you text Mr. Bleddy at all today?
I mentioned that we stopped by, and I had given you guys a call and everything was okay.
Well, who told you that everything was okay?
Dispatch coordinator, I don't remember her name.
Because the information that I got was that you called back and said you went up there and everything was okay.
Correct.
Now, what was in that text message to Mr. Bleddy? That's what I'm confused with.
Oh,
I let him know that I tried to call you, and the dispatch officer said that you were tied up with, it sounded like a pretty hostile situation.
The way the text message reads was that you had made contact with me, and I know for sure, and you know for sure that didn't happen, so that way it looked kind of weird.
Naturally, Nordquist doesn't know what to make of Kane's message to Mike, in which he seems to falsely claim to have spoken with the sergeant. Suspecting Kane is hiding something, Nordquist ends the call.
Yo, what
and
if they both
immediately
working
requests
together,
a search warrant
yo?
for a second search of the house. While they wait for the warrant to be processed, all police can do now is hope the missing trio turns up safe. a hope that is far removed from the gruesome reality awaiting them just a few hours from now.
Oh, shit.
Early on a Wednesday morning that week, around 10 a.m., something strange happens about 200 yards from the house where the trio vanished.
Shit,
a passerby takes notice and calls 911.
You crime that shit.
911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I'm phoning about there's a fire off into the mounds area. I called before about 2 minutes ago. So
we drove down the road to see if we could get a better view of the fire to help you guys out.
Okay. Well, we have already toned out the fire department, so we will get units headed that way to see if they can locate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stood at the top of that road for a second. They'll be able to see it.
We'll let them know.
Shortly after the call, two
Cheers,
deputies
mate.
are dispatched to investigate the fire. Once they arrive at the reported location, one of them spots something disturbing in the distance. A burned, flipped-over vehicle matching one of Victor's missing cars.
We got tire tracks towards the direction I walked. Just follow the path. I got the vehicle. It's smoking. I got a couple sets of shoe impressions, tire tracks, all that. 99% sure there was a cage and a spinal cord in here. There was a cage and a spinal cord in here, in this vehicle.
A rib cage and a fucking spinal cord. Oh shit!
Look right in here. That looks like a human, dude. These things burn hot.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Slater's and his team's on the way.
As officers look inside the car, they can see what appears to be the burned remains of 3 people, too badly damaged by the fire to identify them at the scene. Suspecting a homicide, they call in Sergeant Nordquist, and it wouldn't take long for him to connect the dots.
So this might be a Subaru. It's a vehicle that they haven't accounted for yet. Look right here.
Oh, for sure.
You see it?
Yeah. It's not. Do you see a soul anywhere?
Good looking in here. Just given the circumstances, this actually might be one of the missing people.
What's that right there?
I was looking at that too.
Oh yeah.
That's a skull cap right there.
Yeah.
Yep. It's by one of our missing people, the missing vehicle.
From up here?
Huh?
From up here?
Yeah, I guess Brad, he suspects some guy named Kane killed most of his relatives that live here. And this vehicle, I think, is a Subaru. Looks like
This is really fresh, dude. There's more over here.
He had to have put that himself, because it would have caught this whole place on fire.
What officers are beginning to suspect is horrifying. Not only do the burned remains likely belong to the 3 missing individuals, but given how recent the fire is, the person responsible may have burned the bodies just hours ago and could still be within reach of police. So, once the scene is secured and the bodies are sent for autopsy, a nationwide BOLO is issued for Kane Mays. Although police now believe they know what happened and who's responsible, they have no idea just how far beyond Kane this plot goes. There are more players involved, more targets, and a multi-state homicide case that will exhaust every resource police have.
You gotta find him. We're afraid of him.
There was one time I should have died. Probably should be dead twice.
And he was so aggressive. I thought we were gonna die. I thought he was gonna shoot us on the property.
More than 24 hours after the fire, officers remain unable to find or contact Kane, raising concerns that he may be on the run. But this is when the initial autopsy results come in, confirming what officers had feared all along. The burned victims are Kane's close relatives. His uncle, Victor Perea, his grandmother, Mary Mouser, and his stepbrother,
Why is her
Kelly
face censored,
Mays. Beyond confirming their identities, the autopsy offers little actionable insight. At least one victim had a confirmed gunshot wound to the head, but the other remains were too severely burned to identify all injuries. Investigators surmise that the victims were likely incapacitated well before the fire was set. Following these horrific findings, they begin digging deeper into their main suspect's background. It turns out Kane Mays had been living in Canada and working as an engineer until just a few months earlier, and had several documented domestic incidents involving his wife. Hoping she may know where her husband
is. He had a wife? Look like 13. What the fuck?
Officers reach out to Kane's wife on the phone, where they'll find out she might know far more than that.
Hello, my name's Justin Mitchell. I'm a detective with the Otero County Sheriff's Office in New Mexico. Are you Samantha?
Yes, I am. I had a feeling I might receive a call from you at some point since I did give you guys a call.
Yes, ma'am. You want to tell me from the beginning, like how you met him and your relationship with him?
I've actually been speaking to the Ontario Provincial Police because I thought he was messing with me, like I had mentioned. So I'm also filing a case against him right now, but because it's Canadian and now he's in America, who knows if that's gonna. But he was physically violent with me, and I have evidence of it. Yeah, we just met playing video games online, and we started an online relationship. And for a few years, it was just basically we would talk. And then one day, he calls me up and he says that his father disowned him and he needs to move here right away. He'd always been verbally towards me, and just in general, he had a weird attitude towards things. Eventually we moved out. Brace yourself for this one, because I feel that I didn't come forward, told people that he had beaten me, and now this has happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, we both had an alcohol problem, but I never drank before I met him, and he definitely, like, pushed that on me, and he pressured me to drink a lot. Like, there was always a pressure. He wanted me to do it. He just did start hitting me. He did start getting violent with me. Probably should be dead twice.
Samantha's statements are nothing short of horrifying. But even worse, she would share a terrifying recording with detectives, captured during one of the numerous domestic incidents involving Kane.
You just let me go.
And I do every time. When you ask, I'll let you go. I don't want you to.
Please stop.
Is this your neck?
Oh,
is this your neck?
Fuck no, nigga. Fuck off me with that bullshit, man. Crazy? Fuck, niggas, you crazy?
The rest of this recording is too disturbing to play on YouTube, but it clearly documents an alleged serious domestic violence.
I'm sorry, bro. Nah, I get it. It's a girl and shit, so it's a little different. Ain't no nigga like this gonna do no bullshit like that to me, bro.
Incident involving Kane. Investigators now know they must act quickly, as more people, including Samantha, could be in immediate danger.
Ain't no nigga
so
like
later that day, after securing approval for the earlier search warrant, police return to the victim's house, but this time, they bring specialized chemicals called Blue Star, used to hunt for hidden blood, bullets, and evidence that may have been cleaned up. And what they're about to uncover would reveal just how many crucial clues officers had missed during the initial search. Inside the kitchen, detectives spot one of 3 spent .22 caliber shell casings, along with a live .22 round. Using Blue Star, they also detect high-velocity blood spatter throughout the home. As the search continues, investigators notice clear attempts to clean up the scene, and given the precision and speed with which the bodies were disposed of, they begin to suspect a grim possibility. This was not the work of a single perpetrator. But then officers find something very strange.
Condoms from the beginning,
and pregnancy tests stored with cleaning supplies near the well house. Condoms and pregnancy tests stored with cleaning supplies near the well house and septic area. Following these disturbing findings, police would continue searching the property and contacting Kane's relatives, worried he may already be far away, possibly even on his way back to Canada.
3 days after body found.
A few days later, as detectives continue searching for leads on Kane, they decide to pay Mike and his wife, Lourdes Blett, a visit. Just like Kane, Lourdes also has personal ties to all 3 victims. Victor Peria was her brother, Killian Mays was her grandnephew, and Mary Mouser was her brother's partner. But before investigators can hope to learn anything about Kane's whereabouts or possible accomplices, they must first deliver the tragic news to the couple.
Yeah. It's got a nice name.
Hi, Lourdes, how are you?
Detective, how are you?
What's your first name? Bobby.
Hi.
This is Ashley.
Ashley, I'm
Do you mind if I sit down?
Well, I would like to give you guys a little bit of information. As I told you yesterday, do want to let you know that
There was a vehicle fire that was in close proximity to the house. There were 3 subjects that were not able to be identified that were inside of that vehicle. I cannot tell you who those subjects are.
On the property? In the Subaru? Or that?
I can't tell you what vehicle it was for sure right now. Again,
so you already know there
cannot.
people?
I can't.
But you
tell
know
you
there's
who
3
they
people?
Are. Yes. I'm really sorry that I even have to share this information with you.
I feel like this got to be the worst part of being an officer,
This is a horrible nightmare. I mean, it's horrendous.
I agree with you
It's a
100%.
Murder.
This is
one
of
being
the
a cop
worst
and
things
now
that
having to
I've
go
ever
like
had
to
be
a person's
involved
house to be like, yo, like.
Upon hearing the news,
family member
Lourdes
dead again? Like,
is
that shit
beyond
fucked me up for the
devastated.
day.
What makes this situation even scarier
that shit fucked me up
is
for a
that
week.
she fears whoever is responsible may not be done yet.
He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. Kane, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to drop him in the doodle, but he's crazy. You gotta find him. We're afraid of him.
And they using this Moonma shit. They using this measly ass picture of this nigga, bro. This nigga look like a bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? He look like a fucking hoe.
He hasn't even asked how my mother is, and that's his blood grandmother.
We're working.
Oh my God! How can you be? Michael, how can it be?
That shit tough, bro.
We hoped for better, but
No, it's not even imagination.
We are working on so many different leads right now
In my
and trying
work-
to
in my-
connect
just
everybody.
catch him. So everybody will be safe because he's crazy.
In my worst imagination, I thought I didn't know how to tell you guys this, but I was going to say, can you look for the infrared and see if there's any graves on the property? That's what I was going to tell y'all. You know how
the
they
grave
can tell
ended up being a car.
That's what's been
something had
sitting
been
with
burned.
you.
And this has got to be the worst crime
This
of the
is-
year in New
this is
Mexico. I
part
mean,
of-
I haven't heard anything this horrendous on the news lately.
Yet.
Indeed, this kind of killing doesn't
What do you
happen
mean,
every
yet?
day. But investigators are about to hear another person
Yet
of
mean?
interest from the couple, someone who may know more about where Kane is.
So in our
this is
job,
new dom.
we'll hear
That's
law
his new
enforcement
biz.
say a lot. You know, it's what you know and what you can prove. And right
Mhm.
now, we're working on collecting the information so we can prove what we believe we know.
Yeah, see, the thing is, we don't know what he did all
we're not
those
even
years.
halfway.
Wherever he was, what did he do? Who did he know?
And
What
we're
was his?
also working on
We have no idea.
I would even be
We're not
worried
halfway
about
yet there,
his
chat.
sister Brecken Ross, so-called
Yeah, that's-
stepsister. You know, when that one text he
I
sent
want
me
to get
about
like halfway,
working with the
and then we'll like pick
over in
up
Roswell
the rest
and
tomorrow.
whatever he said.
Yeah, he was saying something
Something
about
like-
helping out his sister with her crazy ex.
Crazy ex, yeah.
Something like that you had shown
Yes,
me.
I think it was a relationship. I kind of remember that at the beginning, that she wasn't with that guy anymore because of that.
Was
Like
that?
I was supposed to feel sorry for her. I mean, when they first were like chit-chatting and everything.
Oh, in the
like,
conversation.
"Hey,
Okay, she's talking about the
Yeah, I
Thanksgiving
think
Day
that
call.
they said something about that.
Mike would go on to identify the woman in question as 28-year-old Cassandra Douglas, Kane's half-sister. And based on his concerns and the evidence from the home search suggesting at least 2 people were likely involved in the cover-up, detectives begin to wonder if Cassandra is the next key piece to the puzzle. So with this new lead, the interview concludes, and investigators shift their focus to Cassandra and her potential connections to the homicide. Coincidentally, as investigators prepare to call Cassandra the next day, she reaches out to them instead, with a very peculiar 911 call.
Hi, is there any way that you would mind putting in a welfare check on my brother, Kane Mays?
What's the address?
He told me that he was going to 680 Cox Canyon, Cloudcroft, New Mexico.
680 Cox Canyon?
Yes, ma'am. He was supposed to meet up with our uncle and told me that if he didn't come back last night, and definitely if he didn't come back in the morning, that I needed to call you guys. He's been part of a missing persons thing, and Mike has been acting very aggressive and hostile towards us.
Not only is Cassandra claiming her brother Kane is also missing, but she's suggesting that her uncle Mike might have something to do with it. Once investigators catch wind of this 911 call, they immediately sense something is off. The timing is highly suspicious, almost as if it's part of a plan to deflect suspicion away from Kane. So later that day, officers are sent to her address with one goal in mind:
Yo, do y'all
assess
niggas
the
think y'all can escape
situation
the cops?
and determine whether her claims hold any weight or if it's just an attempt to mislead the investigation.
Oh, not escape, but I could definitely. I feel like I could hold them niggas off for about like a couple months, bro.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you Candace?
No, Candace is across the street.
Okay, are you Cassandra?
I am.
Okay. So my name's Ryan Poston Reader.
Hi.
I'm a detective with the Ruidoso Police Department.
Hello.
Do you have a second to talk to me?
What's up?
So did you make a 911 call for a welfare check?
I did for Kane Mays.
For Kane, yeah.
Yeah.
That was you that made that call.
Mhm.
Okay. Have you heard from Kane?
I have not.
No, you still haven't heard from him?
I have not.
How do you know Kane?
He's my brother.
It's your
Or
brother.
my half-brother.
And when was the last time you heard from him?
He was supposed to go up to meet with Mike, I think on the 21st. He told me that if he didn't show up by the morning of the 22nd, that I needed to file a missing persons report because I already have 3 family members missing. Killian and Mary were supposed to go up to Albuquerque. I haven't seen those two alive since 11/23. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Officers have no clue at this point, but Cassandra isn't alone. Right this moment, their prime suspect, Kane Mays, is hiding inside the very house they're standing in front of.
Sorry, we're also having issues with a psychotic ex of mine. So
Oh, jeez. You're going through a lot right now.
a little bit. And then with Kane going missing and Mike presumably having like over half of his guns. It's a really, really long story.
Okay.
And not one that I'm 100% familiar with because Kane just came back into my life September of last year. So like, I wish I had all my facts straight.
I completely understand. No big deal. How did they come into your life?
But through Kane.
Okay.
So the niggas is
Kane
sitting at
comes
the
into your
door?
life, and then now you meet Mary and Killian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then now all of them are missing.
Mm-hmm.
And have you talked? Did you ever have direct contact with Mike?
I never had direct contact with Mike, no. I just heard him screaming from the hill both times.
As she did earlier, Cassandra doubles down on her accusations, suggesting that officers should focus on Mike, implying he may be involved in the disappearances. Officers take note of her statements and ask her to give them a call if Kane shows up again. Their goal remains unclear, but now that they have a story, they can start verifying. So a few hours later, as police continue looking for Kane, an officer decides to stop by the neighborhood again and speak with Cassandra's neighbors to see if they've heard or seen anything. According to them, Cassandra hasn't been living alone. A man with long dark hair has been staying with her for the past few months. Additionally, witnesses report seeing the same man driving Victor's missing green Subaru, and that it was also seen parked outside Cassandra's residence multiple times. Realizing the description of the man matches Kane, officers return to the station to dig deeper into Cassandra's earlier claims, where they will very quickly uncover some major contradictions. Even though Cassandra insisted she had
nigga, don't that... I can't tell me that. Bro, don't that look like fucking Caitlin Clark, gang? That's fucking Caitlin Clark.
Met Kane, investigators discover an older Facebook photo of the two together, proof they've known each other for years. But that's just the first lie, because officers who were out looking for Kane also recover surveillance footage from a nearby Walmart, showing Kane and Cassandra shopping together alongside her sons and daughter. Besides buying groceries and food, investigators spot cleaning supplies like bleach and vinegar, along with multiple bottles of kerosene, items that closely align with what would be needed to clean up a violent crime and start a fire. At this point, investigators are unsure if Cassandra is actively hiding a wanted fugitive or if she's being controlled and forced to cooperate with someone who has already killed 3 members of her own family. With suspicion mounting, detectives obtain a search warrant for Cassandra's house. Then, around 8 p.m. that night, a group of officers return to the property, taking up positions outside the house as they prepare to raid it.
Rep your engines!
Occupants of 7 Morningside. This is the Roswell Police Department. Exit the front door with your hands up. Do it now.
God damn, this bitch on fucking 144. Right? What? Yeah, 144 P. Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Roswell Police, search warrant! I guess we're just going to boot this thing.
Push! Push!
One more.
Push! That nigga suck. What? Push!
Roswell Police, anyone inside, make yourself known! Alright, we're gonna pull in. I'm gonna take left. Ready?
Like, you pop that corner and nigga just sitting there with his gun. You know what I'm saying? That's terrifying, bro. That's scary. That's scary as fuck, bro. That's why, like, Kyle got one of the scariest jobs on the planet, bro.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I got a hallway.
You go open the door, you face first to a fucking shotgun. Buckshot to your shit. That's the step.
And Cassandra Jolly's the one that lived here, huh?
Yeah.
That's the step. You go to a bitch
some
house.
La Muerte stuff right here.
Yeah.
You go to a bitch house, bro, and you see this type of shit on her fucking walls. You run away. I don't give a fuck how good the pussy is. You run away. You get away from that shit, bro. Ever seen a succubus?
Look, they got some La Muerte stuff right here. Santa Muerte.
That shit right there, bro. I don't give a fuck how good the neck is, gang. That neck not worth it, bro. She gonna slice your neck.
Ready?
This
Something
is where
weird.
he's been hanging out because there's that monitor for the camera that's in the window.
What are those guys on a fucking terrorist watch?
Did you remember what those cigarette packs were?
I had a Marlboro and then I had a. Yeah, I saw that one in the closet.
There's another one. Your big cans are all over this room. Your Red Bull can.
Inside, something about the house immediately feels off to the officers as they observe unusual posters, graffiti, and other unsettling details scattered throughout. They then make their way into the bathroom, where one officer recalls hearing that something might be hidden underneath the house.
I highly doubt, but the back door was open? No, we opened. I'm sure this is what he was referring to.
This shit's back open.
Like under all this?
That's what he said. The neighbor across the street said that he used to live here, and then there's a door underneath the washer and dryer. At least it's the basement. Because didn't they say there was another secret exit or something here?
Real life demons? God. Succubus, man.
They look up there already or no?
Ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, wash it. That nigga. I know that nigga ain't solo a fucking washing machine. And that shit look like it's filled with clothes too. What the fuck? That Captain America?
No dust on it.
Oh, that'll fit.
That.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's too new. Really big.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I feel like I'm watching Mangus Mission.
Got a water leak though.
It's kind of weird to have a door right there too, huh?
This is a weird ass house.
At the center of the basement sits a plastic storage tote, toolbox, duffel bags, and other various items. Officers notice there's no dust on the items, and whoever left them behind was in a hurry, possibly trying to leave unnoticed.
Good eye, boy. I wouldn't have noticed that
go on
shit.
to find
Like, what is
something
this
highly suspicious, documents belonging to one of the victims, alongside paperwork linked to Kane's father and live .22 caliber ammunition. Following these discoveries, investigators secure the scene and begin working to obtain a real-time location warrant for Cassandra's phone. With their suspicions growing that Cassandra fled with Kane, officers know they need to locate them quickly before they vanish, potentially escaping to Canada.
Yeah, here with a 3-minute ad.
12 hours later,
How long was she for?
investigators...
What? Want me to wait for you, bro? Got with a 3-minute ad. That gotta be like the first ad you got, though, right? Cause I didn't turn my shit off.
strike gold. The warrant for Cassandra's phone is successfully approved, and in a major development, Verizon pings Cassandra's phone nearly 1,000 miles away. She's no longer in New Mexico, but in Hernando, Mississippi, inside a Super 8 motel. With this discovery, the case becomes multi-state, with police in Mississippi quickly briefed on the investigation.
Sorry,
Officers
bro,
are then
I ain't
dispatched to
in
locate
control of that, my
Cassandra.
boy.
This is the final phase in the case, and what happens next will determine whether police get the critical answers they need or lose the lead entirely. As officers make their way to the Super 8 motel, their primary objectives are to extract information about Kane's whereabouts, test Cassandra's statements, and determine how deeply she may have been involved in the homicide of her own relatives.
This picture, bro, is fucking... Yo.
When officers finally arrive at the motel, something immediately feels off.
Miss who?
Miss John. Or actually, technically, I'm Douglas because I still have my ex's last name.
So, what's going on? What are we looking at here?
I don't know. You tell me. All I know is that my brother went missing on the 21st. We were trying to investigate his property. We thought Mary and Killian had left, and then Mike came down and started being aggressive and hateful and shooting rounds. And we've already tried to file this with the Roswell Police Department down in New Mexico.
Would you consent to a search for your vehicle?
You can search the car and you can search the room. I don't care.
Okay.
Interestingly, Cassandra now seems on the verge of an emotional breakdown for reasons the officers are yet to understand. After all, only 24 hours have passed, and seemingly no new information has been relayed to her. Neither news of the murder, nor that Kane is the main suspect, nor that her house was just searched. So to get to the bottom of her emotional reaction, Mississippi officers on scene coordinate a call with Special Agent Kyle Graham in New Mexico, who's been tracking the growing list of contradictions in Cassandra's statements. Using those inconsistencies, the detective is about to carefully test Cassandra's story and see how far she cracks.
Do you mind grabbing those, taking your waffles upstairs?
I'm not upstairs, I'm downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
104.
You spoke with a detective 2 days ago at your house in Roswell, correct?
Yeah. The day the Walter showed up and I had to leave. So I brought them over here to Mississippi. Why is that anything wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong
What?
with
You
that.
runs over 1,000 miles from me, my nigga. That's wrong.
I don't know. I haven't even, I just met Killian and my grandmother for the first time in my entire life in November.
So were they there whenever you guys were there?
No,
Where were they at?
I don't know. The house was empty and there were boxes in the middle of the living room. That was his dad's property. He was supposed to go to him afterwards, but he wasn't here. He had to go up to Canada.
And so who was driving in the dead house? Like who could drive a car?
They all could. I know that they had that little blue car.
Fuck, yo.
And who was driving the green car?
That I don't know.
I need another water. Hold up.
I know that car's not drivable.
I need another fucking water. I'm gonna pass out on fucking screen, guys.
The green suit.
Fuck, man.
Huh.
And we have information from the neighbors that the green Subaru was at your house at one point in time. This is what I want, okay? I just want honesty.
She lying like a motherfucker?
A little bit more than what you're telling me. I don't know if you're trying to protect Kane or if you're scared.
I'm
She lying
scared
like a motherfucker?
because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, we've been working this case for 3 days straight. And I know a lot more information than I'm telling you.
Of course
I'm trying
you
to see if you're going to be honest with me.
With every sentence, the detective becomes more convinced that Cassandra is hiding something she fears could incriminate her brother or even herself. But there is something a lot more concrete detectives previously uncovered, and the detective is about to leverage it to completely trap Cassandra.
They fucking on
Are
each
you
other.
aware that Kane made a police report whenever he got to the house originally, the very first time, about people squatting in his father's house?
Yeah, because they weren't supposed to be there. They hadn't paid any of the mortgage on it. We found documents showing that they were still using Frank's credit cards, and Frank has been dead, and that all of the bills were still in Frank's name, and they were still using that. And so I told him that that was illegal as fuck, and he needed to make a police report because you can't be using. Don't stick that in my face, honey. That's like identity theft.
Is it true that Kane didn't even know his dad died?
Yeah. He didn't know that his dad died until he came back to States. He found his obituary. He found his obituary shortly before on the internet. That's how he figured it out.
So almost a year later, he finds out his dad died.
And I know that he's upset about that. But that's not enough reason to kill somebody. I didn't do that.
So then what? So did he kill somebody?
No. I don't understand what you're trying to accuse him of.
Well, that didn't sound very convincing.
Fuck no.
I don't know what he's trying to accuse him of.
He's asking me that doesn't sound convincing either.
Sure enough, that doesn't sound too convincing to the detective, because
Slipping,
Cassandra
bitch.
has seemingly slipped up. At this
Slipped
point,
up.
no one had told her that the missing family
Slipped
members
up.
were
Her
dead
ass
before
slipped
that
up.
Kane was suspected of killing them. Realizing her mistake, Cassandra quickly starts backpedaling to regain control of the narrative.
You got anything else, Cassandra, that you want to tell me?
Do you really think Kane killed them? Or hurt them?
I'm pretty concerned. I mean, I don't think 3 people just vanish off the face of the earth, especially when 2 of them are elderly. And then Kane just comes in from Canada and all hell breaks loose. That's kind of suspicious to me.
God, I'm so stupid. I wouldn't even think to put 2 and 2 together like that. But Mike was so f***ing scary when he came down. And he was so aggressive. And I thought we were gonna die. I thought he was gonna shoot us on the property.
Well, you didn't even see that he had a gun.
Kane told me that he had one. And he was mad enough. Oh my god, he was so mad.
As
One
a
nigga's
last
running
ditch
around
effort,
playing with her toys,
Cassandra
but she
goes
don't even
back to
know.
accusing Mike of being responsible
She
for
don't
the
know what the fuck going on.
disappearances.
She don't know her mom
But
getting
in
hit
fact,
with that full court
officers
press.
in New Mexico have already quietly debunked that claim, information they are holding back for the right time and place. Before leaving, they also check Cassandra's car, where they find belongings hastily packed up. But Cassandra explains this as a desperate attempt to run away from her abusive ex-boyfriend. So shortly afterwards, the officers wrap up their visit. But in doing so, they've proven something crucial. They can find Cassandra whenever they want, something she clearly didn't anticipate. It seems as though the confrontation went nearly perfectly for the detectives, but Cassandra has a crucial secret that had went unnoticed at the motel. Kane had traveled to Mississippi alongside her, was staying nearby, and had successfully hidden from officers, marking yet another moment where she misleads police about his whereabouts. So less than an hour after police leave the motel, the two would begin plotting, coming up with a plan they think will get them out of this gruesome mass murder. At 2 p.m., Cassandra's vehicle is seen in front of the Hernando Police Department. Kane would step out and calmly walk into the station. 15 minutes later, Kane would be seated in the department's interview room 2, alongside Detective Stovall. The sudden appearance of Kane would leave detectives with little room to prepare, so Special Agent Silva, a New Mexico detective already working this case, would be placed on call to assist in the interview. It's important to note that this is an interview and not an interrogation, as Kane has agreed to speak voluntarily and has not been detained. In reality, this interview can only work against him, but in his mind, this is both his and Cassandra's final chance at freedom. Agent Silva would begin the interview by making this crystal clear.
And before we get any further, I do want to let you know that you are not under Miranda rights. You are not anything like that. You are free to leave at any point. You don't have to answer any of my questions, anything like that. You can say, hey, I don't want to answer that question. If you don't want to, we can go over another question and we can skip to the next one. But I do want to let you know that you are free to leave, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right.
After realizing he's free to walk out at any time, Kane shifts tactics. He begins probing the detective for information, trying to figure out how much investigators have bought into the false narrative he's been intentionally feeding them.
Can I ask you something? It's, on one hand, kind of nice to talk to somebody from Otero. Also, maybe a little concerning. Did we have to speak directly because I'm considered a missing person?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is there's so many like missing persons. There's a lot of phone calls to the sheriff's office. So, like, why would somebody be saying that you're missing? And then there's also some other missing reports going on. Like, there's a lot of firearms missing, right? There's a lot of vehicles missing. They want to talk to you and get your side of the story of what's going on.
I was trying to come in and speak with somebody in person.
And what happened with that?
On my way down to Alamogordo, I gave another uncle a phone call because I had seen him on the property and he was a very looming presence at the time. I was hoping to stop in and ask him about some things and some personal aspects that were going on. I wound up getting run off the property and had to kind of go into hiding because I know his influence and the extent of his company.
Okay, well, which uncle is that?
Mike Blett.
So Mike ran you off the property. You had questions for him. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, sir.
So when did this happen?
It was when I was on my way down on the 21st. I kind of explained the situation to my sister a little bit, and I told her, if you don't hear from me, call somebody.
I know I keep jumping around and just trying to confirm everything. You went to Mike's house to talk to him and he shot at you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Because I want to talk to Mike about that. Like, why are you shooting at people through front doors? That's kind of dangerous.
That was the suite that was on the 21st. I would absolutely appreciate you taking a look.
Kane makes his alibi clear. Mike, the man who kicked the entire investigation off in the first place, is the suspect detectives need to be focusing on, alleging he shot at them through the front door when they approached the home. Unfortunately, detectives have spent far more time investigating than Kane realizes, allowing Agent Silva to completely debunk Kane's story. Simply put, there are no bullet holes or any signs of a shooting on the property.
Okay. So here's the thing, Kane, is I'm gonna start going through some of your story here. Okay, that's not making sense to me. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think it's fully there yet, if that makes sense.
It was kind of cut off.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You went to Mike's house. Mike shot at you this week through the front door. You announced yourself. How come you didn't call 911?
I know that they very much do not take too kindly to law enforcement.
Okay.
And I kind of really hope for that to be avoided.
So here's the thing on that, is I have some investigators that are there at Mike's house, that have been to at Mike's house. There are no bullet holes through his front door. There are no bullet holes through the siding. They're not seeing you on his cameras at his house. So that's what I'm saying, is something that's not making sense. So did you actually go to Mike's house and knock on the door?
I did.
Because you're not on camera.
Did they check?
And his cameras go back this week. They go back last week. I'm not seeing you anywhere on there.
We had a ton of different game cams that are all on their SD cards. He doesn't have any of the chips from the 21st?
No, I'm saying he has video surveillance of this week and of last week, but they are not seeing you anywhere on the cameras.
Kane appears shocked by these details. Whatever he thought happened that could favor his story simply didn't. Kane would sit in silence for an extended period of time, seemingly in denial that his plan was so terribly miscalculated.
If they still have the footage, they should totally show me pulling up. I parked along the mailbox.
Deep right!
Kind of behind it a bit, not necessarily pulled up past it. Walked right up the drive up to the... It's kind of tucked in between the slope on the hill, and then it goes into the house where the stone steps are. That metal storm door.
Okay.
There's still 30 minutes. Gang, I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to pass out on this fucking shit, bro. Talking straight bullshit, we got like 35 minutes, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Might call it a stream, bro. I ain't getting no sleep today, bro. I'm about tired as a bitch. Finish it? You want to finish it? Yeah. All right, fuck it.
I'm just trying to give you a path so that you can see. And that was early afternoonish. I got there.
Fuck it, come on.
Between 1 and 3 o'clock, I believe it was. I have to look at the help. I don't have it. But if they have that footage still, then I'm definitely on it.
Kane proceeds to give a nearly 10-minute explanation of where he was parked. Unnecessarily complex explanations
that nigga
like
don't even give a fuck.
these
Nigga
are
on the
usually
phone.
a telltale sign to unnecessarily
nigga's dead on his phone, gang.
Complex explanations like these are usually a telltale sign to the detectives that the suspect has shifted into a defensive state, looking for any validation that the detective is believing their lies. Agent Silva takes note of this and begins leaning deeper, this time pressing Kane on his sister Cassandra and her potential involvement. Previously, police recovered and documented strange items during the home's crime scene search, and it's still unclear why they were there. Silva plans to use these details to force Kane into defending Cassandra's innocence, a tactic that will create a contradicting story compared to what Cassandra told officers just hours prior.
Or are they saying that, like,
so are you aware that
it's this nigga, but she was just kind of helping along the way?
we spoke to
I think they trying to say that they both was a part of it.
Yes, sir.
Like they both killing.
and the reason I ask is I'm just trying to get, like, if something happened up there, Kane, I want to know, like, was there an argument going on? And I know that you were up there in January, okay? We can kind of get away from that. You were up there in January. If something happened up there, I want to know what happened, okay? If there was an argument, if something happened, like, kind of help me help
Probably
you.
was killing the relative
Okay.
too. Yeah.
What happened when you were up there in January of this year?
I'm trying to figure out everything that has happened as well. That's part of why I wanted to speak with you guys and kind of get you involved in looking.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm confused on these timelines. You were up there this week.
I don't understand
at some
though.
point,
Like,
and
why
you were
would the
up there
nigga
last
willingly
week at
get
some
up in
point.
that bitch, bro?
So what
Like,
happened this week and last week?
You
while
want
were
to talk
up
to
there
me, my nigga? You gotta put me in cuffs, bro.
with the family?
Yo, I gotta put me in cuffs. You want to start questioning me again?
They weren't there. Nothing's happened.
All he did was just fuck himself up.
On the 18th of
You don't
January.
gain nothing from doing this shit.
I'm not sure.
Shit dumb.
And the reason I ask is because Cassie has been in contact, and she showed us a screenshot. January 18th at 3:57. It's between you and her that says "Wait quietly and say wait for me."
That's actually something that I was gonna try to find.
And it says, I believe this is from you or from her.
That's the text that says "Wait for me" and it says "I'm safe."
I'm sorry?
Those are the texts that say to wait and that I'm safe.
It says, "I'm safe, wait for me," and then there's a response that says, "Gotcha. I have eyes on the front. So far, so good."
I don't know.
What is that?
Nah, you gotta get them niggas what's it called? Hospitality. So they don't walk out.
Okay.
At this point, Kane must be starting to realize Cassandra may not have been on his side as much as he had thought. Not only are the police beginning to take a clear side, but his only teammate might be against him as well, perhaps explaining why she dropped him off at the police station. Note that Kane at this point can avoid any question he wants, and more importantly, can leave whenever he wants. Even Agent Silva decides to take a brief step away from the phone. But Kane would stay, instead letting the officer in the room in on what's going through his mind.
Between you, me, and the walls, I really think that someone is trying to pin years worth of shit on me. Because I came back home at the wrong time and interrupted something.
Shit, top tier girl, bro. Top tier snipe. Struggle meals, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Never mind. Fuck your vibe. I ain't gonna lie, never mind. I don't really think like I know like once you homeless and you kind of cook, man. But if you like struggling at the crib, bro, just get you some PB&J, Velveeta mac and cheese, gang. That shit will last me about a month. If I'm being real. Give me some Velveeta mac and cheese, peanut butter jelly bread.
I
fuck that shit up every day.
To ask you guys
and get some cheap ass cereal.
And
just a pack of water, a 48 pack of water.
Be necessarily under an outside influence.
Straight painful poop seasons.
But do you see how it looks for us? I mean, they've shown physical evidence of this whole situation. And
you're one day you're here in Mississippi, no ties to Mississippi at all.
I mean, if you like lactose intolerant though, like I get.
Yeah, nothing.
But if you a regular ass nigga, but honestly, bro, if you a real nigga, lactose shit, that shit not gonna stop you from eating good ass food though.
And a detective.
I'm lactose intolerant. Nigga, my favorite food mac and cheese, bitch.
The
mac good, nigga. I fuck my stomach up for that shit.
Your brother, your grandmother, your uncle. If somebody called me and said, not only was my brother killed, but also your grandmother and your uncle were killed. If somebody told me that over the phone, you know what I would be doing?
I think I did.
Do you know what I would be doing?
What would you be doing, sir?
I wouldn't be sitting there staring at a wall. I'd be bawling my eyes out. I'd be throwing the water bottle across the room. I'd probably rip this table out of the wall.
Yeah, but then you guys just rush in here and...
But I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit. Because of how much I'm close with my brother. I'm not close with my grandma. But it's still with the fact that somebody did that to my family. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Well, they asked what I think should happen to Mike or whomever did this, and in polite company I couldn't say, but back where I'm from, they'd be up from a tree.
Right. So that's more of the response that you would expect. But the issue I'm having is there's no emotion. You've expressed no sadness. We're not getting anything. Which leads me to believe you already knew this had occurred.
I didn't know that.
Look,
Even the officers with no context of the case can't help but assume Kane was involved in the murders, leaving him to sit in silence as he realizes how poorly this voluntary interview has gone. Agent Silva would return and continue pressing Kane for answers, eventually revealing that he had, in fact, been inside the house multiple times the week of the 3 victims' disappearance, and admitted to helping Cassandra travel to Mississippi with her kids, something she lied about earlier in the motel. Even worse for Kane is that, as the hours-long interview progressed, officers behind the scenes were already taking action. They were instructed to locate his uncle's stolen green Subaru, which they suspected Kane used to drive to Mississippi alongside Cassandra's own vehicle. After looking through surveillance footage and searching around the city, officers hit the jackpot and tracked down the missing car. Inside, they found latex gloves, .22 caliber ammunition, an empty Ruger pistol box, and most importantly, Kane's passport, tying him directly to the stolen vehicle. Now
Yikes.
Investigators have exactly what they've been missing: probable cause. And with that, Kane is no longer free to leave, and he's about to find out just how massively his attempt to clear himself and Cassandra backfired.
What's going on, bud?
Somebody left his passport in a stolen vehicle.
Stand up for me real quick. Yes, sir. Turn around, facing this wall. Yes, sir. Put your hands on the wall for me. Alright. So what's going on, man, is you're going to be going out to the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, alright? You're going out of our jail, alright? Yes, sir. Alright, walk this way.
Back at the Motel 8 in Mississippi, Cassandra would patiently wait for Kane to return, give her a call, or just show any signs his interview was over. But as hours passed, it became clear that something had gone terribly wrong. Growing worried, Cassandra packed her bags and fled alongside her children, making yet another 1,000-mile drive back to New Mexico. Detectives keep tracking her phone signal until it finally stops at her parents' house. By this point, investigators have more than enough to justify Cassandra's arrest. But one critical question still remains. Was she directly involved in the murders? And if so, to what extent? Because of that uncertainty, officers make a deliberate decision. Rather than moving in aggressively, only 4 investigators go to the house, keeping the encounter calm and cooperative. Their goal is to interview Cassandra on the property and, if possible, apply enough pressure to turn her against Kane. If they can do this, they'll be able to pin both Kane and Cassandra against each other, forcing them to incriminate themselves.
I'm understanding what they're saying.
Rob.
Selves.
One more time, hold up.
This is Bryce Daly. He's with Louisiana Sheriff's Office in the Paradise.
Yeah, alright.
Okay? No. So there's not 100 of us today, there's just 3 of us.
Do you want me to start from the beginning from what I know? Or do you want to ask me all the questions first?
No, I'm going to let you tell your story, and just so that you know, you're not under arrest. You're free to leave whenever you want to leave. We came to you because we talked on the phone earlier through the text.
Okay. And what I told her is she needs to stop overthinking everything. You're trying to be a detective herself because she's seen all this stuff and she's trying to put pieces together and knows that he was lying to her about things. So just start at the beginning and tell it like he told us.
Right. So I wanted to apologize to you because whenever I spoke to you the last time, I wasn't thinking straight.
Not only is Cassandra much more cooperative this time, but she quickly admits that she had been dishonest before and even apologizes. Her father's comment makes it seem like she's on the verge of throwing Kane under the bus, which is exactly what investigators are here for. So with the reassurance that she's not under arrest, Cassandra begins to share some much-needed details about how 3 of her relatives ended up mysteriously dead.
So I know on Thursday, we were driving up there and we had just went through Ruidoso, and he said that he wanted to stop by Bent right quick. So he said, okay, drop me off here. Wait here and I will let you know if I need anything. I've probably left him alone for like
45 minutes ish.
Where does he go?
He's inside the house.
Okay.
And he says that he couldn't find anything. Don't know where anybody's at. And that it's okay for me to come inside. And I go inside. And like I kept telling you, it smelled fucking weird in there. Almost like something had like died within the walls. Like an animal or something. I was already concerned by the fact that he felt like something had happened. So I'm trying to rationalize through that, and he's just saying, I'll do it, and we're doing things legally, it's okay. And then he has me help him. He drives the car off somewhere and has me help him push it off into like this little ditch thing. And at one point, whenever I tried to say, hey, you guys, like, you need to call somebody.
That shit count. Ain't they body in the car?
Yikes. He said that the majority of the cops up there are crooked. I worked in the ER down here. I can see how you can think that sometimes, for sure. No offense. So, like, no offense to you guys either.
Investigators are clearly not fond of Cassandra's strange remark. Though by now, it's becoming clear to detectives that Cassandra is putting Kane at the center of everything, while noticeably avoiding any direct mention of the murders, the cleanup, or the burned bodies. Instead, she frames everything vaguely, claiming Kane suspected something happened inside the house, but they didn't look too deeply into it, and that she was simply helping him deal with a property dispute. Investigators allow Cassandra to continue telling her story, but the more she talks, the more convoluted her version of events becomes. Then at this point, she even invites them inside, where the story only grows longer. After nearly 2 hours of listening, Agent Kyle Graham decides it's time to push back.
So now we're going to get into my portion, okay? I don't know, there's been probably a team of 15 of us on this case. So we know a lot of stuff. We know everything
damn Siggy's down, bro. That
about that property. And some of the stuff that you're saying does make sense and does add up. However, some of the stuff that you're saying doesn't make sense to me and doesn't add up. And quite frankly, I don't think some of it happened. But I will tell you right now, I don't feel like Kane could have done everything that he did alone. And I think he included you into a whole mess of a situation. I don't believe that you killed anybody in this house or on that property. I strongly believe that. I don't think that you had any part of murdering people. But I do strongly believe that he fucked himself and he needed help. And you're a helpful person. And he put you in a shitty spot and said, help me. I need help cleaning this property. I need help cleaning all this blood up. And I need help getting these fucking bodies out of this house. But now's your chance. I'm giving you the opportunity.
That's fucking mind games. That nigga right there, he a manipulating ass nigga, bro. He a manipulating ass nigga, and that shit gonna work. Watch.
Because I'm telling you right now, I have all that I need. The gig's up, the game's over. Okay? This is your opportunity and your chance to tell me.
That nigga right there, that's hoops.
What did he ask you to
know? That nigga be lying to his bitch, bro.
All I know of,
he be lying to his bitch.
Is that he
that's
wanted
good
me to
fucking
undo
hoops,
the
my nigga.
Like
I didn't want to get that nigga props, bro. That's good ass hoops, gang.
Ouch. But
You notice no blood on that? Think about it before you answer that.
Not the side that I picked it up from, no.
That's good ass hoops, bro.
What he asked me to do.
But you understand, all you did what he asked you to do. It's too late. You already helped him. That's already a crime.
Which
it's too
I
late.
know that. And
so
that's the reason why I asked if I needed an attorney, because I tampered with evidence.
Correct. So.
And it wasn't until after the fact that I sat there and I thought about it, because he said that everything was found that way.
So the charge is already there. There's not going to be any more of. It's not going to get any worse, other than you just telling the truth of what happened. The charge is there. You already have a tampering with evidence charge on a first-degree murder. Okay? That's a second-degree felony.
Needless to say, this is not what Cassandra is hoping to hear. In this moment, she realizes her days of freedom may be numbered if she continues twisting the facts to protect both herself and Kane. Cassandra knows something has to give, so after hearing what's awaiting her, she asks to step outside for—
That's not bad hoops, gang. That's
something
bad
has
hoops.
To give. So after hearing what's awaiting— Waiting her, she asks to step outside for a smoke, and this is where she finally gives detectives a small piece of the truth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't.
Like I said, I went out there. I went out to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back. He said that he found them that way.
He said what? That way? So what did he tell you he found?
People. On the floor.
How many people?
3.
And who are they?
Killian, Mary, and Victor. I signed up to take him to a job interview. I didn't sign up for him to do this.
Do you now believe that he did it?
I don't know what to believe. I just know that there was a mess, and then there was a lot of illegal shit.
Yeah, that's her dad behind
it.
What else did you help clean up inside the house? Besides the blood. And the furniture, taking it out. Yeah.
And I didn't see how bad the furniture was.
Did you help clean up anything else? There's so many red flags going on right now of you saying that you walked into this house and King telling you, holy shit, I just walked into a house and all my family's dead. Let's get rid of them.
That does sound really stupid.
Doesn't it sound stupid that when you say it out loud? Because I guarantee you, I walk into a house with my family dead, shit's about to hit the fan because we got to figure out what the hell just happened. And I'm calling the cops.
I don't...
We're telling you, we've done our research. I've gotten 0 sleep in 5 days. we're not...
Shit, twin dinner, me too, bro.
Homicide.
And not letting it go is exactly what investigators are going to spend the rest of the day trying to do, hoping Cassandra will eventually crack and give them the full story. Unfortunately, though, this is the closest they will get to a real admission, as Cassandra begins to backpedal and returns to a revised version of events where she claims they found their family members already dead. They then simply decide to cover up the scene to avoid getting in trouble because Kane believed the police were corrupt. Detectives would spend until nightfall pressing Cassandra with no success, and she ultimately sticks to the same story. So before ending the interview and leaving, Agent Graham has one more rather strange question that's been on his mind all this time.
He had access to my phone. He knew my passwords. Like I said, I trusted him. He was supposed to be my brother.
Can I ask you a really weird question?
Sure.
No, never mind.
No, go for it.
Why'd you guys buy a brand new box of condoms?
I fucking knew it! I knew it! I said it was fucking! They was fucking! They had to have been fucking! No,
that was a joke. It should be the skin on latex. And I had bought those in Chattanooga.
And
I threw them at Walter because I was tired of having kids and I was tired of being pregnant all the time.
But why would they be in the Bent house?
I don't know. Why would they be in the Bent house?
Because they was fucking.
I have a weird question.
Last time I knew about them, they were in the they were at my house.
I fucking knew it.
This was in the well house with.
I fucking knew it, bro.
Cleanup.
He told me that there was a possibility that Corinne wasn't his mother due to DNA results, and that there was a potential that he had feelings for me.
Nigga, come on, nigga. I fucking called it. I knew it. When they as soon as they said her, I said, yo, they fucking. Then they said that they was related. I was like, okay, maybe. But I was like, low key, them niggas are a little weird. They could still be fucking.
And that's not weird for you? Like, to be around him with your kids when you guys are pretty much brother and sister?
Like, it was weird, but he never acted on it.
I thought you guys were step siblings, not half siblings.
No, we're half siblings.
Well, because we also found a pregnancy test.
Yep, I had a one-night stand at the Variety, and I didn't start my period on time. And I panic, and I overthink, and there should be 4 of them.
The detective's tone makes it clear they aren't convinced, suspecting Kane and Cassandra are hiding important details about their relationship. By now, though, what investigators came here to do is partially successful. Even though there's still no direct admission tying their suspects to the killings, Cassandra has implicated both herself and Kane in the cover-up.
Imagine cops pull up to your crib. Say they want to have a word with your daughter. For murder, right? You come outside to listen because, nigga, it's your house and it's your daughter. And it's murder. So you go out there, you're hearing that conversation, and they saying all this shit about how the cops think that you and your daughter's half-brother, so your daughter and your son, right? Your daughter and your son committed a murder. And then it just slipped up, and we also found condoms at the house too. And then your daughter's like, yeah, he said he had feelings for me. Like,
of this,
I'd be sick,
is
my nigga.
officially
Like, I feel like,
and brought back to the police station.
I feel like, bro, like,
what exactly was said during Cassandra's arrest remains
I as
unknown.
a father, my nigga.
But the pressure appears to have completely broken her. In the hours that followed, she went on to further incriminate Kane, seemingly doing everything she could to distance herself from what happened, no matter the cost to him. A betrayal that would later come as a complete shock to Kane.
All I knew is that I had PTSD from the last time he saw cops. Because there was my blood all over the floor and my head through the wall, and I was trying to protect him from that. If he was really as innocent as he said he was, then there was going to be nothing to hide, right? Which is why I dropped him off at the jail.
I was pretty shocked that he showed up at the police department in Mississippi.
Because I told him if he was as innocent as he told me that he was, if he really found them the way they were, then that's all he had to tell you guys. And you would figure out the rest.
In the following days, Kane is brought into an interrogation room, this time in an orange jumpsuit,
That's how I see in a Netflix documentary.
for what would be his final interview. Agent Graham is assigned to conduct the interview. The same investigator who previously spoke with Cassandra
like a regular
and
ass
secured
nigga,
her
bro.
confession.
Like, one of my homeboys.
By this stage, Graham knows the case inside and out, and he approaches the interview with a deliberate strategy, intent on extracting as much information as possible. And in this case, that's exactly what's needed, because now, more than ever, detectives need a confession. Right as the interrogation begins, Kane makes a desperate attempt to ensure Cassandra is keeping her story together. He seems to be completely unaware that Cassandra isn't protecting him anymore.
Do you happen to have a pen handy?
I do.
Do you have her number? Because I have it in my wallet at the jail, but they won't let me access it. And I need to make sure that she's okay because she mentioned wanting to go back down to New Mexico. And after doing it once, that's already a hard enough trip.
Well, I talked to her Sunday when she got back into Roswell.
I don't even know what the day is, man.
At this point, Kane still believed Cassandra was in Mississippi and hadn't spoken to officers since their first contact. Unfortunately, not only did Cassandra confess since
I ain't gotta say too much, nigga. We on Twitch, but I'm in prison and I know I'm finna do some time, bro.
I talked to her on Sunday.
I ain't gonna lie, anything over 6 months, gang, raps.
I talked to her for probably, I don't know, more than 2, less than 4 hours. Okay? And then on Monday,
I gotta say too
I
much.
traveled to Roswell again and I talked to her again.
Okay.
For about, I don't know, 2 hours. Okay? But I learned a lot from her. Okay? And I'm hoping that I'm going to learn more from you. I don't want to call anybody a liar, but I think there's some inconsistencies with your statements. Because I want you to know that there's going to be a lot of questions that I ask you that I already know the answer to, but this is going to be a test for you to see if you're being truthful with me. Okay? Because I know it's the truth. Because I've been working this case since Wednesday the 22nd.
Ending over 3 days in prison is GG's.
After Agent Graham makes it obvious Kane is on his own now.
Honestly, them niggas say guilty. Whatever it is, after guilty,
he wastes no time bringing up Cassandra's confession and placing it directly against Kane, making it clear that detectives are no longer relying on his version of events alone.
White box with no equipment, nigga. I'll find a way.
Did you hurt anybody inside that house?
I'll find a way to
Killian
ain't shit stopping me, boy.
So
they put me in a white box by myself, nigga. I'm gonna fail a backflip, snap my fucking neck, nigga. I ain't playing.
I've been trying to find out the same.
You do understand, though, that we found all three of them, correct? I believe Special Agent Silva did tell you that.
He alluded to something that I was really hoping is not truthful.
So I'm not really one to beat around the bush, okay? I just call it like it is, okay? But Cassie's told me everything that's happened, okay? She told me the involvement. She told me what you guys did. That you walked into the house, you found all three of them dead. You guys picked up their bodies, you put them in the blue Subaru, you drove it up the hill, you guys both tipped it over. She's told me it all. Okay, you guys used the little green dolly to pick him up and put him on the dolly, wheel him out to the car. You tied a rope around Killian's waist, hooked the rope up to your dad's hitch, and drove the car to pull him into the back seat. So the gig's up, Kane, okay? I told you I don't beat around the bush. We've done it. I've worked over 100 hours in 1 week, okay?
God damn.
This is serious. So now, this is your opportunity and your chance to tell me your side of the story. Cassie's told me hers.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
As Kane sits in silence, the realization sets in. He's on his own now, and whatever story he had planned coming into this interrogation has now been flipped entirely on its head. But Agent Graham presents the story strategically. By laying it out exactly as Cassandra described it, he gives Kane an opening to admit only to helping conceal the murders, while shifting responsibility for the actual killings onto someone else. If he can get this confession first, it'll be significantly easier to get Kane to confess to the killings later on.
My fault, bro. I'm running out 2 hours of sleep. Cops realize Psycho daughter car is filled with bodies.
I'll start back at the beginning, and I know the date.
Psycho daughters
happened also.
I'm sorry. Yo, it's so fucking late, bro. I'm tired of shit.
I can tell you what happened.
That's that streaming shit, nigga. That's that.
I can't tell you why. Grind. I don't know. I was trying to find out. I fucked up your crime scene, and I'm sorry for that.
Bro, this nigga over here talking in fucking Marvel, bro. This nigga talk like fucking MCU characters, bro.
Is everything that I just said, what Cassie told me, is that accurate?
To a degree.
And what isn't?
When we went to the house that day.
And it's just you and Cassie?
Yeah.
And not the kids?
Bro. No. There's a witness too.
And who is that?
The mailman. He can...
Fuck, nigga, you know how many fucking mailmans there are?
Attest to this.
Like the postal man that drives and delivers the mail in the mailboxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had gotten there just before him. He went up. I told her to hang tight for a minute because that meant that everybody would be awake. And that was kind of looking hopeful. Killian was up and moving about. And I knocked on the door. I told him, hey, you just missed the postman. And he was real fidgety. He was scratching his head a lot. He was irritated. And I told him, hey, I got some good news. Everything's moving along with the mortgage company.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't fucking
We're looking to move in, and we ought to be all set by like the end of the month. Everything should be good. They got my process, or my status is pending. He closed the door, and I watched him take the mail off to the bedroom. And then he went back, and I heard like... Must have been 20 gunshots. I didn't even think to do the front door. I just ran around to the side, came through my door. And it wasn't closed all the way. I ran through the bedroom.
Stop fucking talking, gang.
My Uncle Vic was laying in his doorway. with a gun in one hand. His other was like shaking, just kind of like floating there. And Killian was across from him. I don't know why. I don't know who shot.
Yeah, niggas just bullshitting, bro.
I don't know.
So where... I'm sorry, Kane, but I don't mean to be an ass, okay? But I know when you were going down this road that that's where you were headed, okay? That one of them did all this. The evidence...
They both had guns.
Kane and Victor both had guns.
Killian,
sorry.
They both had fucking guns, and they told me there weren't any left in the house.
Where are they? You and Cassie were the only ones in there. So what'd you guys do with the guns? Do you see that I've been doing this for a long time, okay? I'm not dumb. This isn't my first homicide, okay?
Kane falls directly into Agent Graham's trap, confessing to concealing the bodies and giving a terribly thought-out lie about who committed the murders. But Graham doesn't stop there and begins pressing further, letting Kane know that nothing he can say at this point will dig him out of his grave.
I'm not gonna lie to you though, Kane. Like this was a pretty tough one for us. This took a lot of time. This is the most that we've ever spent on a case, by the way.
Oh.
This is the farthest we've been to investigate one too.
Okay, alright, one nigga making history though. Okay.
And I mean the whole wrapping the rope around Killian's waist and pulling him in with the other car. I mean that was pretty creative. And I'm being serious. I'm not being a smartass. I don't know how I would have got him in the car either. I don't know how I would have got him on the wagon. That's 200 pounds dead weight. 280 pounds dead weight. That's a lot. Yeah. I mean, you're not much bigger than me. I mean, think about how crazy that sounds, though.
No,
like you were cremating them, and you went up there on the 22nd and you burned them, right? After you and her put chain link over the top of the car with the little camouflage tarp thing and all the sticks and brush covering it.
I did try to offer them a cremation.
I mean, that was nice of you.
But I didn't hurt them.
Because the rest of the family didn't get to say their goodbyes.
There aren't enough of us left.
And I mean, I gotta give it to you too. Using the come-alongs and the steel pipe to prop it over to get it dumped over. Like, damn. This is one of the most creative homicides that I've seen.
I'm about to say, this nigga's a fucking a Marvel villain, gang.
Anybody, sir. I would never hurt my family.
Oh, but Kane, that's what they all say. I don't buy that you didn't do it. I'm sorry. I can't. I think Cassie's full of shit on a lot of things, but I don't think she's full of shit on that. And I'm not so sure that she wasn't involved in it, to be honest with you.
She wasn't even there, sir.
Okay, well, I'm telling you right now, Cassie's in jail. That's why you can't get a hold of her.
Then I need an attorney.
Okay.
Sir.
My next question is, are you going to sign a waiver of extradition to go back to Mexico, or do you want us have to get a governor's warrant and you set up here in our jail for months?
Do you mean New Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Detective?
I can't tell you, but I can serve you with this target notice, okay? These are the charges that are being filed against you. This is what we're going for grand jury, okay?
I can't accept that.
Well, it's not an option. These are the charges.
That's what's coming against me.
Yes, sir. These are your charges.
Clearly, Kane doesn't seem to understand the law, and he'll be fighting the charges regardless of whether he accepts them or not. On paper, Kane is charged with an array.
Wow. Fuck.
Yikes.
Sakes. That is a bad photo, my nigga.
of crimes,
God
including
damn.
arson, aggravated burglary, and 3 counts of first-degree murder.
Fuck.
Additionally, Cassandra would be officially charged following the interrogation, also getting 3 counts of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit
charged her with murder too.
and tampering with evidence. In the weeks that follow, detectives and prosecutors begin assembling the full picture. The blood patterns inside the house, the cleanup supplies, the burnt Subaru, the shell casings, the clothing, the phone records, and Cassandra's own statements describing the disposal of the bodies. And after countless sleepless nights, investigators believe they have finally pieced together what happened.
Trust me.
Victor, Mary, and Killian were killed near the south bedroom and kitchen before being moved through the house. Their bodies were then loaded into Victor's blue Subaru, which Kane allegedly drove into the canyon, pushed over a ditch, and set on fire. Kane's shifting stories and control of the green Subaru point investigators towards him as the primary actor, while Cassandra's admissions place her squarely in the cleanup and cover-up. Detectives see Kane returning from Canada as the start of a growing grievance over what he believes is rightfully his, 22 acres of family land. They allege that a dispute over the property motivated Kane, and that he drew Cassandra into a plan to cover up the deaths and claim control of the land. For now, both remain presumed innocent on—
Holy fuck, this nigga's... Yo, this nigga's shit, bro. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. This nigga's photo is filthy, my nigga. Oh, fucking Christ. Good. Yo. Oh my God. Gang. Look at that shit. Oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my God. Nah, that's fucking crazy.
Unless and until they are proven guilty in court. If convicted, they could each face multiple life sentences under New Mexico law with decades behind bars before any possibility of parole. As for Mike, Lourdes, and the other relatives, they can rest safely for now, praying that those responsible never see the light of day again.
That was a good video, bro. Hey, I'm low-key glad we finished that bitch. Low-key, low-key, low-key. Alright. That shit going on YouTube. Yeah, that's going on the burner. That's a good video. That's a good fucking video, bro. That's a good fucking video, mate. Alright, my nigga. I'm done. I'm going to sleep, bro. I'm going to fucking sleep. W. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you for sticking through, my nigga. You a real nigga, bro. You a real nigga, man.